Hey everybody, and welcome to the Twist Happy Hour, where we talk about cocktails, controversy, comic relief, and
all things start with C.
all things that start with a C. I'm Keryn, and this is Kate, and we're going to kick it right off with a Campfire Mule to get us started, as we're going to get a little political today, so we definitely need Kate to have something in her. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm going to be enjoying a coffee. It's also only 10 o'clock in the morning for me.
You can start recording at 8 p.m. or something so that it's normal cocktail hour for you.
Oh, yeah.
I can't be the only drunk one on this podcast, okay?
I'll get there, but I'm recovering from being sick. So Kate is going to make it today, which is always entertaining for everybody I know.
Cocktail idiot.
She's just learning. I made her a gin drinker. Now I'm going to make her a cocktail drinker.
A bourbon drinker, even.
A whiskey drinker. So you're going to grab your Irish whiskey that you have over there.
What kind of glass do I need for this first?
Well, you technically, because it's a mule, you want a copper mug, but I don't think you have a copper mug.
I have something that is this going to work?
That'll work.
Fun, though. It says, in memory of when I cared.
Oh, there you go. Even better.
I got this as a teacher gift, too. The parents knew. You know what I mean?
The parents did know.
They totally knew.
So you're going to pour 2 ounces of whiskey in there.
Ice? No ice.
Ice?
After?
Yeah. You basically, it doesn't matter because it's a mule, so you're basically building it on top of it.
Okay.
You're not going to shake it.
Of whiskey, and everyone is getting a gift. The gift of what I bought myself today. I got a measurer.
Yay, she got a jigger, finally. You got a jigger.
I don't like
jigger.
It sounds like the things that crawl in your skin and bite you.
Like a chigger in the Spanish moss? Yeah, it does.
So 2 ounces, which is the big side of this, right? And
is it 1 ounce? Is the big size 1 ounce or 2 ounces?
I get. It doesn't have direction.
I think the big side's usually 1 ounce.
Big side's 1 ounce?
You can do whatever. You can put as much as you want in there.
No, I want to make it right. Okay, so 2 of these, 2 of the big side. What's
sure?
Small side, a half? Then
I think so. You might have to look that up.
Yeah,
I should know these things.
Really, this is only guys. We record 4 episodes at once, and this is going to get real weird. Okay, so this is real Irish whiskey. Maybe I should be drinking this for the next time, but it's fine. I'm supposed to be using whiskey for this, right? You said whiskey, not bourbon.
Yes.
Did she stop listening to me?
No, I'm looking at it. How big is it? Which size?
Oh, you're looking it up? Great. People are like, what is wrong with these women?
They don't know anything.
You guys, we started the podcast because she was so ashamed of me when we went to the bar that she was like, how do you not know these things? What? And I was like, I don't know. I drink wine and beer.
I just really love that. Oh, yeah, it's a half ounce.
No,
and 3/4 ounce measurements. What?
It doesn't even have a real,
it's not even marked on these.
I'm just going to go.
You're just going to get hammered. Oh, yeah, it's 1 ounce and 1.5 ounces.
I'd like to speak bigger board, if that's okay.
Okay. Just don't finish drinking that one.
All right. So I have 472 ounces of Tom we're doing here.
Well, and it also depends on which one you have, because some of them are half ounce and 1 ounce. Okay. And some are 1 ounce or 2 ounces.
Some with a direction, so I'm just going to wing it.
Yeah.
How much of the juice, lime juice, you said?
I believe it's half an ounce.
Lime juice, half an ounce, and I'm just going to have to guess as to how much a half an ounce is. Maybe this is what my drinks always
just do half of the small one.
Okay. I have a pretty juice today. For anyone who watched before, I don't have my plastic containers anymore.
You're a gross plastic from 5 years ago. Lime juice or lemon juice?
I definitely
that was disturbing.
Made fun of by other friends who are cocktail makers. And they're like, you don't squeeze your own juicers or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm not that person.
Is it weird that I bought a lemon tree just so I could have my own lemons to juice? I already have a lime tree, which is great because it came to the house. It was mature, so I always have lime juice. But now I have a Meyer lemon tree and a regular lemon tree.
Well, now you don't have to go to the store, so that's nice.
Yeah, only when they're in season, though. But then I juice them and I freeze it, so I have it all the time.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And then ice?
And then put some ice on it, and then you're going to top it off. I know the problem with pulling ice early is that it starts to, melt into each other.
All right. My ice, my fancy. I love my teacher cup. I used to work in school, everyone. This was real thing.
To school and now
ginger beer.
And then you just top it off with some ginger beer, and there's your mule.
I'm using Q ginger beer, which is my favorite ginger beer, but maybe weird for this because it is not terribly sweet.
It is more spicy though, which I think is
More
nice.
zest.
I have a friend that like she drinks ginger beer like it's water, and she loves Q. So
I also
my
do.
family likes the Bundaberg one or whatever it's called because it's very sugary. It's a lot sweeter.
I made a mule for a mutual friend of ours when he came over, and he had not had Q before, and I thought everybody had Q, so I poured it in there, and he went to drink it and was like, "Oh my gosh, spicy!" And I was like,
So that's like a friend of mine made me. A friend of mine made me ginger shots when she heard I was sick, and I like tried to do a shot of it. I mean, they were in like mason jars, so I'm like, this is larger than the shot. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. Like, I don't usually do, like, I like ginger. I love pickled ginger. I'll eat it straight. But I was just like, is it supposed to burn like this? Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know if it's supposed to burn
disease
that bad.
right out of you.
It really does.
Good. I like this. Am I a whiskey drinker now?
I think you are, depending on what you're having.
I would be the best alcoholic.
We're going into fall and winter, which I think is weird for Kate and I, because Kate lives in Florida and I live in California. So despite me having a sort of long sleeve shirt on today, by, my time, I'll be back in a tank top.
Just because a lot of traffic noise.
You are getting a lot of traffic. Kate can finally open her windows because it's not sweltering, and I told her to close them and she said no. So we're going to get some background noise, maybe. It's okay. But now we're going to get on our topic, since it just took us 7 minutes to make a cocktail.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
So what are we talking about today, Kate?
So we wanted to do a political episode. However, we're going to take a little shift. If you've watched before, you know that Keryn and I are firmly on the left. Except for today, I am going to argue the side of the everybody, which is, Dems, where are you? As we watch the country burn, where are the people? Where are the leaders? Where are the
Democrats that are fighting back and able to get anything done?
We need more than a strongly worded letter.
Yeah.
We need some action.
And we need more than just my governor, Evan Newsom, poking constantly. Trolling Trump, which is hilarious to watch. And it is funny when they like talk about like pulling federal funding from the state, because we're the fourth largest economy in like the world or something like that.
Yeah.
And we're like, we don't really need your money. I mean, we do, but our taxes are so high here anyway. I'm like, let's just put that money towards something.
Well, Florida just refuses federal money. Well, not anymore, I guess, because they like the current administration, but they refused for federal money during the last one. And I was like, oh, that's our taxes. We do want that, actually.
So if you're going to refuse all of us federal money, do I have to pay my federal taxes in April?
I don't think that we should have to now.
I mean,
I think we should be good.
I also don't think anybody in the House and Senate should be getting paid or get back pay after this, because they are literally not doing their job. You cannot continually present the same bill and expect a different result.
I concur. I think that
everybody needs to get to the table at this point. Keep Trump out of it. Get everybody at the table and stop blaming each other, and stop. Like, my kids have even noticed all like the partisan dialogue that's on every single government agency's website now.
Yeah.
They're like, Mom, is this a joke? And I'm like, no, it's actually quite illegal.
And I will say this. I think that the problem that we have, generally speaking, with all of it, both sides equally responsible, is the sidesism. I think that the Democrats are not listening to their constituents. I think the Republicans are not listening to their constituents, because I think for the most part, everybody is there. There are plenty of people who are in agreement about things that are not these like social issue things. They're like governmental issue things. And, I honestly think that Democrats have become kind of deaf to it. We're literally screaming, please, for the love of anything, do something. And they're like, we're going to filibuster. Like Cory Booker did the filibuster, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, it was great. What good came of that?
And nothing came out of it.
Right. Like, great. So the guy can talk a long time without peeing. I'm so proud of him, but also like, great.
Yeah, but people run marathons and they can do that. So it's like,
like David Blaine was in a box for 20 years or whatever. Like, so I'm a little I feel like, and it's not just me, people that I talk to, a lot of people are really, really like disimpassioned with the fact that nothing is happening. Everyone is going about this like it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's normal for like the military to be invading cities. Like everybody's just like, well, the courts are fighting it. Great. Can someone else do so? Like, is there some legislature that we could write that would, I don't know.
Well, the problem with legislature is no one's paying attention to it. Even the Supreme Court is not upholding our Constitution at this point. There's literally provisions for everything that's happened to make it stop. And the Supreme Court is allowing it to continue, which is not their job at all.
If any of the Democratic leaders are listening, which they're probably not.
Probably not.
I just have some ideas I want to throw at them. I think that they need to write some legislation that is single issue. The issue being that every single time a politician is on TV, interviewed, talking to the American public in any way, they are considered under oath. If they vote against it, if it's a single issue legislation and they vote against it, they're telling on themselves, right? Great. Easy breezy. We just wash it out that way. You write legislation that says no more lobbying. No more, we aren't taking money from lobbyists anymore if you're in Congress. One issue, just do that. Because here's the thing. This is the stuff everybody agrees on. You want to win every side? Write that legislation. They won't because they're also benefiting from that legislation.
Oh, of course. I would also like legislation saying you have to retire at 65.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. And I'd like legislation that is only one issue at a time.
Yeah.
Vote on one thing at a time. If you got to go back and forth about all these other, no. Just make it one issue.
Or, how about we take out all the stuff that everybody's fighting over?
Right.
Take it all out. And then, which I know is what the Republicans are saying right now, like take out healthcare. But the Democrats are digging in. But this isn't a game of like tag and hide and seek. No one's going to win at the end of the day. And I feel like that's what everybody's there like, we're going to win. The Republicans win. The Democrats win. And it's like, but no one's actually winning except for your pride.
No, they're winning. They make a crap ton of money.
Exactly.
They're winning. We're losing. They're winning.
Yeah, I would like legislation saying you can't make more than minimum wage if you are going to be a politician.
And what's so interesting is, it's funny because my husband doesn't have TikTok because he's, 51. And I do because
my husband doesn't have anything.
Not yet 51. Everybody thinks it's crazy that I'm TikTok, but whatever. He sent me an Instagram reel of a guy named The Older Millennial, and he's pretty well known on TikTok, and that's his main platform. And he was saying exactly what we're saying now, right? Mm. And my husband, having no idea who this guy was or the fact that he's like kind of a mess and like not a great person and like beat up a cop or something like that, allegedly. But, not really know anything about them. He sent it to me as in like, oh, I just came across this guy, and he's saying like all of the things that everybody agrees on. And I watched and I was like, oh, you don't know who this guy is. And he's like, yeah, but do you still agree with it? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, and if he's so far right and I'm so apparently far left, which I don't necessarily think I am, but everybody else does, then why can't where's our representation, I guess, is my point. Like,
but there is no common man representation at this point.
No.
There is no average person. There's not even a middle class representation at this point. We are only representing the billionaires that don't have to pay anything because of this trickle down economy that Reagan introduced that never worked.
Right.
And, the lower class is, terrified to go to work because nobody knows. I mean, I have a lot of friends. So I'm like, how you doing in Chicago? Well, I'm white. I'm fine. And I'm like, that's not going to mean anything.
That's not the answer that you want to get.
Yeah. Well, no, they were more like, my community is suffering. I'm personally okay. But I'm like, well, emotionally, I'm a hot mess. But yeah,
that shouldn't have to be the answer.
It shouldn't have to be the answer. Like, kids shouldn't have to be afraid to go to school. Our high school choice fair. So our kids are guaranteed a spot at their neighborhood high school. But because there's all these like academically enriched or specialty art programs or whatever at different high schools, you can basically apply to get into them. You rank which high schools you want to go to. Right. And usually in November, we have a big fair. All the high schools have little tents and they talk to students and everything. They just canceled it yesterday because they are so terrified immigration's going to show up. So these kids can't get educated because
that sucks.
Even though these kids, are first, second, third generation Americans, they just happen to look Mexican and be Mexican of ancestral descent. But, and yes, there are kids that, their parents might have come here illegally. I don't care. Everybody
Yeah.
deserves an education, just like everybody deserves to be fed and have health
Yeah.
care. Like,
Well, you
and the
know,
kids should not be the ones suffering for this.
I think it is, again, when people say America first, right? But then they don't want to take care of the people who are in America. And now that this whole bailout of Argentina is happening, and I see so many people who are like, no, it's fine that we're sending $20 billion to Argentina. I'm like, how is that America? You don't even want to pay for the people who are living and working and paying taxes in America, regardless of their status. You don't even want me, like, born and raised, my family came over on the Mayflower. Okay. You guys don't want me to have healthcare per your tax dollar, right? So how is sending money to bail out Argentina America? I'm an American.
How is it beneficial to us, except for that
it doesn't help me at all.
the presidents are besties, and Trump wants to make sure that president stays in power because of whatever political, advantage there is with that.
When everything had to be like a coup conspiracy theory, and like we didn't know that they were like putting other presidents in other countries in power, and it was just like a.
Well, we're currently invading Venezuela. Let's talk about the fact that we're basically at war with Venezuela now, because we're shooting down ships, and now we're having on the ground CIA action that is public knowledge. I'm like, like you just said, didn't it used to be we didn't know these things were happening, but now
hey, transparency. I kind of liked it better when we weren't as transparent.
I know it made for better TV.
I want to find out when they're out of office. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know about the Iran-Contra affair, like, and the real deal of that until Reagan was well out of office. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, oh, well, that wasn't great, but he's not the president anymore, so I don't care. Like, now it's like really happening in real time. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna invade Greenland and haha. And you're like, oh, would have preferred you kept that to yourself for a while.
Yeah. I don't want Greenland either.
I know. It's not even
I don't want Venezuela. I mean, I would like to go there, but I don't think, I think everything we're doing is so bizarre.
Yeah. And going back to the start of this conversation, Democratic leadership seems to just be like, yeah, it's a real bummer.
Like, they're all just waiting for the midterm elections, I feel like. Like, well, we can't get anything done. I'm like, do you know how much damage has been done in 9 months?
Which I don't think for some reason, I've heard several people that are in Congress say like, well, there's going to be a blue wave. I'm like, no, there's not. People are losing, people that were hardcore leftists are losing faith in the Democrats in a two-party system. Almost everybody's losing faith in a two-party system. You got to do more. Gavin Newsom is gaining so much popularity simply because he's trolling Trump. That's it. But people are like, well, at least he's saying something.
Oh, at least and they're like, well, we are in a position in the state of California to say something because, we do have enough money to keep going. We have so much oil that's going in and out of the state. I'm like, why do we have to import oil if we have this much oil? I don't understand oil and gas and everything. So anybody listening, just don't come at me on that one. But I just don't like seeing refineries and oil rigs off the coast of my beach at all times.
Yeah.
So it's gross.
It's such a strange time. And it's not to say, like, I always try to agree with people before I disagree with, not necessarily agree with people, but not be argumentative. So like when people say, like people would say, well, California's got its problem. Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Oh, we have lots of problems.
100%. It's not nothing is perfect. But to that point, you don't just throw it away because it wasn't working. You try to figure out ways to make it work better.
Yeah. You listen, you discuss, you don't walk out of work or else you get fired.
But it's this mindset. I think that, everybody wants that, right? Like everybody wants things to get better. That's where the whole Make America Great Again slogan came from. But then when you ask people, it's such a mind fuck, for lack of a better word, because you ask people and you're like, well, when was America great? Like literally, like what years is specifically? And I have seen people go, America's always been great. It's great now. It's great. But then why did you vote for someone who said it wasn't?
Yeah.
Did you vote for someone who doesn't think that and wants to make it great again? That doesn't make any sense. So it's like we're all in like a psychological experiment.
Oh, we are. It's the
We're
Truman Show, but on crack.
to confuse us into like insanity or something, because I don't even when I try to come to MAGA as a liberal and say, I understand. I agree with a lot of the things that you're saying about the price of houses and gas and all the things. But like, let's get down to the brass tacks of this. Why? Why are we, you don't think that we should be sending money overseas? That was a big talking point. We're doing that still.
We're sending so much. You think there's not money going into Israel right now?
So like, why is no one asking? Like, well, why are we doing like,
So there are times that I want us to look at the French and the British political system, because the amount of times, the Prime Minister has been given a vote of no confidence and basically kicked out. I'm like, can we do that?
I feel like the UK they were going through him for a while.
We're just going to stop. Like, they got rid of him and the president brought him back. They're like, he's like, no, try again. And they're still like, nope, we're not confident in you.
Okay, next piece of legislation for the Democrats, if you're still watching, they probably do know by now. If your polls are not good, you're fired. Look, I'll take a piece out of Donald Trump's playbook. Your polls aren't good, you're fired.
You're fired.
Isn't that how the whole show worked anyway?
Yeah, it did.
People didn't like him that much. He was like, you're out. Let's do that. I'm into it.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Thanks you for joining the Twist Happy Hour. Remember to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and let us know what you're thinking about our political state right now, whether you live in this country or not. I know everybody has lots of opinions. So thanks again, and we'll chat with you next time.
Bye.
Bye.